Hey, I am Ashley M. Fox, the CEO of Amplify, and I am with the Morning Hustle, and I am the Hustler of the Week. When it came to starting my company, Amplify, I went to Howard University, and I ended up working on Wall Street. So I worked with clients that had over $25 million. So every day I saw what millionaires and billionaires did with their money. And I felt like for something we use every single day of our life, why is it not taught in our school system? And so I ended up leaving my Wall Street job, starting my company, Amplify, which is the merging of the word empower and modify put together, because I wanted to financially empower the 99% that Wall Street often overlooks. So Amplify is a fintech startup that is revolutionizing how adults and children learn how to build wealth. We've created programs in prison systems and school systems. We have our membership-based app, the Wealth Builders Community, which is like the Netflix of finance. So now what the everyday person deserves to have that the school system didn't provide us, Amplify gives those financial tools and resources, helping everybody learn how to build wealth. So when I came up with the word Amplify, which is the merging of the word empower and modify, I wanted to give the world something they'd never seen before, because I knew Amplify just wasn't about money. It was about how can I pull out the inner greatness of the people that I serve, love them with my heart. So the green in Amplify is the heart chakra. And when I thought about creating something the world had never seen, it was now my job to instill this way of life, this way of living onto the world. So I created the word Amplify. So when it comes to branding Amplify, I don't want to just be associated with money. I want to be associated with excellence. I want to be associated with community. I want to be associated with love, because that's what we truly need to build wealth. The finance stuff, that's the easy stuff. But if I can take the education and give you the inspiration, the empowerment, which is the empower part of Amplify, it'll change the way you think. It'll shift how you see yourself in the role of money in your life, which is where the word modify comes from. So when you put the word empower and modify together and you mix it with financial education, you can't tell me I can't change the world. When I think of the future of Black generational wealth, I think of a world that is healed, that is loved, that is abundant, that is deserving and knows that they are deserving. And it's not just something we think or know, it's something that we embody. It's in our DNA, and we pass it down to the ones that we love. So back in 2013, when I left my Wall Street job, I knew that the world needed financial education. I didn't know how to do it, but I knew why, and I knew I was going to get it done. So I started to teach for free. I started to teach financial education in middle schools and high schools. By 2017, that was when Amplify generated its first stream of revenue. And that's when we were in 26 different schools across the city of Philadelphia. From there, Amplify took off. We've literally impacted the lives of millions of people all over the world, giving them the financial tools and resources. So Amplify has been in our school systems, they've been within our prison systems, and they also are in the palm of your hand with our membership-based app, giving you the resources to show you how to invest, how to plan for retirement, how to invest for your children, how to properly grow your wealth, protect it, and pass it down. So when I was on Wall Street, being the only Black female that was on my floor, I was very insecure. But I couldn't unsee the wealth that I saw. So I was in the bank accounts of millionaires and billionaires. So I saw where they shopped, where they lived, where they traveled. And I felt like I deserved to be at the other end of the table. And I learned that the true way to build wealth in this country is to invest in your own idea and invest in or to invest in somebody else's idea. And I decided to do both. So on Wall Street, I was very insecure, but I knew that I deserved to be the client. And that's why I decided to leave to start my company, Amplify. Amplify is out teaching financial education to adults and children. One of the biggest things I learned is that everybody thinks you need a lot of money. They think it's hard, they think they can't do it. And when I show them that a lot of the companies you know, you use, you believe in, from the toothpaste you use, to the clothes you wear, to the car you drive, to the gas you pump, to the food you eat, you can invest in those companies. You can invest in a publicly traded company, which is a stock. And most stocks are less than $200-300. And so for something that we're using every single day, right, and giving our money to, I'm showing people how, hey, you can invest in this company. You can get a piece of this company. And as that company grows, so can your net worth. And so really showing the community that you don't need a lot of money to invest. If you have at least $20, you can buy a stock nowadays. And it's breaking down that mental barrier, removing that fear, and showing them, hey, you can't just save or work your way to wealth. So we have to invest our way there. One of the biggest ways that we get our education and our mission at Amplify out to the world is through social media. One of the biggest things that we are great at is creating digestible and easy to understand information so that it's not a bunch of big words and big numbers. Specifically on social media, we're creating campaigns. For example, you can invest in a REIT, a real estate investment trust, where you can own a piece of a building, collect passive income every month or every quarter by owning that company, that real estate company. And you can start with less than $200. So one of the things that we would do is we would go to the REITs. We can go to the mall. For example, Lennox and Phipps is owned by a REIT. You invest in that particular REIT, you're able to get passive income every 90 days. So we make it culturally relevant. We show you how to do it. We do it with you, but we translate it into a knowledge that you can receive and that you can understand to show you that it's possible for you to invest. We just got to break down the mental barrier to show you how to really get it done. When members come inside of our Wealth Builders Community app, our membership-based app, they come in not knowing how to invest. So we show them how to open their first investment account, how to process their first transaction. And over the years, literally in less than 2 years, beginner investors, literally from ages 35 all the way to ages 75, are learning how to invest. And we've opened over 3,000 investment accounts. Our members collectively have invested over $6.4 million. And they might have started with $20. So people don't come to our app rich, but we're showing them how to build wealth, how to create passive income. So collectively, our members in over 24 different countries have invested over $6.4 million in the stock market. When I think about the difference between Amplify and other programs, we not only show you what to do, but we show you how, and we do it with you. So when we're talking about buying stocks, I'm showing our members, I'm showing the students that we teach how I'm buying stocks, what I'm investing in, why I'm doing it, showing them how I invest for my 7-year-old niece to show parents that they can invest for their children too. But it's not just about giving you the education. It's about giving you the inspiration and showing you the implementation, because you can learn about money on the internet. But what differentiates us is that we are instilling the greatness in you and pulling it out of you, showing you how to start with what you have, not putting the pressure on how much you have to start with, but getting you into a space where you're comfortable, you're confident, to be able to build the wealth that you want at your pace with your level of comfort, but we are by your side supporting you. So yes, we're going to teach you, but we're also holding your hand. We're also pushing you. We're also instilling greatness in you. We're also telling you and teaching you how to educate your family too. So I think it's more of a unity that we cultivate, a community. It's not just a school, but we are the Harvard of finance, and we instill excellence within you and the excellence that we give you when it comes to our education, but also showing you that you can be excellent and break generational curses for you and your family. If I can give one piece of advice to the Black community, is that there is no stock market without your buying power. We have over $1 trillion buying power, which means we have mastered the art of spending money. Let's get good at owning a piece of those companies that we give our money to. When I think about one of the biggest issues in the Black community when it comes to managing your money, I think it's an identity issue. We don't come from wealth. We don't see it every day. So why do we believe that we can have it, right? We don't attract what we want, we attract who we are. So if we are only around poverty, if we are only around generational debt, it's hard for us to believe that we can create generational wealth for ourselves and for our family. And so I always tell people to look in the mirror and say, I'm a wealth builder. Just because you didn't grow up with money doesn't mean you don't have the power to create it. We all have the pen and paper to write the next chapter of our life. We have to then ask ourselves, what do we want it to look like? Just because you may have made mistakes in the past, or you might have a certain amount of money in your bank account today, it does not dictate who you can become in the future. So I think I spend more time instilling the greatness, the phenomenalness that we embody as individuals, because if you don't spend your money, there's no billionaire in America. All I'm saying is you might not have to be the billionaire, but you can get money just like the billionaire. Building my hustle, being great at everything that I do, I would owe that to my parents. Seeing my father every single day work and provide for his family, seeing the love that my mother instilled on our family made me realize that it was possible to be whatever it is I want to be. And so I think my father instilled the ability for me to be able to do anything, to be successful, to be able to provide, to love, to serve, and to give to the world. And I think that's where my hustle comes from. And I think when you add that to Howard, you add that to Wall Street, it opened my mind to what was possible. Like, I didn't grow with millions of dollars, but when you're in the bank account of a billionaire, you now know if I got here, then I can get there. And I'm going to figure out and do what they did and follow that blueprint to create the life that I want. When it comes to building wealth, what Kleenex is the tissues is what Amplify is the financial education. We all have the power to build wealth. No matter what you look like or how much money you do or do not have, wealth doesn't have a color. Therefore, it looks like me and it looks just like you. And at Amplify, we have the programs, the app, the resources, our upcoming 5-day cash flow creation virtual event showing you how to take what you have, build income over time, and start small and build big. You deserve it. Your family deserves it. So go to mycashflowcreation.com. It's a couple hours in the evening. We have the amazing Iyanla Van Zant speaking. So we're going to get your money right. We're going to get your life right. And Amplify is here to show you that you deserve this. The abundance, the love, the energy, the everything that you need to create the life that you deserve. So please, recognize you are a wealth builder. Recognize you deserve to have wealth no matter who you are or what you have. And we're going to build big, and we're going to do it with you, by your side. And I am excited to show you and be there as you change your family's financial legacy. Amplify.com, and for the summit, mycashflowcreation.com right now. What's up? This is Ashley M. Fox, the CEO of Amplify, and I just did the Morning Hustle, Hustler of the Week.
We are the Morning Hustle. We are the Morning Hustle.